it's extremely important that people make dua, because Ramadan, the gates of heaven are open. Dua is one of the times when dua is particularly effective. So ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove this tribulation on humanity, not just for the Muslims, but for all of humanity, because we're an ummah for all of humanity. And he said that especially on the night of power, this is a very important night for dua. And finally, Shaykh said it's extremely important that people not do this, do not suspect the decree of God or judge the decree of God. Don't think that you can understand what's behind all of these things, that the human perspective is limited, that we have a certain limitation on our view. Even when we look out, we can only see what's in front of us. We don't see what's behind us. So we don't have this ability to see the whole picture. And because of that, like just in the case of right and wrong, Allah has given us a normative understanding of right and wrong, so we can determine based on things, but we can't penetrate the right and wrongness of circumstances. The only thing that can determine that is the consequences of those situations. And so something can actually look like it's a horrible thing, but in the end, you realize, oh, that actually there was a great reason for that. And he said you can give many examples of this, but the most obvious examples are things that outwardly appear. You can have the exact same situation where one person burns down a piece of land in order to prepare it for, to make it more fertile and prepare it for growth, and another person burns it down as a destructive act. So in the very same act, if you just looked at those two acts, they would be identical, but one is for good and the other is for evil. And the same is true, like a surgeon can cut off a hand to save a life from gangrene, whereas another person can cut off the hand in an act of aggression. So it's the exact same form, but two completely different meanings based on the intentions behind it. And only God knows these things. We just don't know these things. And so we have to trust in our benevolent and merciful Lord that what he's doing is for the good of humanity and not to harm us, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants good for us. And so it's very important not to do that.